going to be presenting to you all about Synapses. So as an MBA student, I recognized a problem. Too much time is being spent preparing to study versus actually studying. So for example's sake, let's say Stephen assigned a reading assignment to our class for this upcoming week. So in order for me to actually complete this assignment, I first have to log into the Rutgers portal, then open the Blackboard link, then click on our classes page, then from there navigate to the content page within the entrepreneurship, and then select the reading assignment, which is then going to open in a separate window. And only then, after completing these 6 steps, can I actually learn and doing this homework assignment. And just being able to read this assignment doesn't even ensure that I personally at least going to remember it. For me, I like to complete the assignment, take notes while doing so, and then typically at the end of the semester, around finals time, or maybe the halfway point midterms, I like to make a consolidated review sheet to study off of. And currently in this market space, there's no product that allows me to do this. So I would like to propose a solution titled Synapses. So Synapses would be an application for your tablet. And just to define the name, by definition, a synapse is a structure that permits a neuron to pass an electrical or chemical signal to another cell. And it comes from the Greek word synaptin, which originated as syn, meaning together, and haptin, to clasp. So this is exactly what our product would do. It's going to connect students and professors and make an easier transmitting of knowledge, both literally and physically. So some key features of this product will be first, a virtual bookshelf. So a student will have a channel, if you will, perhaps on Dropbox or on our server that we will build. And he will post all of the materials that we need for this entrepreneurship class. They can be videos, they can be podcasts, I know student likes YouTube, so we can throw some of those on there, as well as any books that we need for the class or articles. And then from there, students can just quickly access that material, and then as they're reading it, they will have note-taking and outlining capabilities. Once they've completed the reading assignment, they'll be able to push the study guide generating button. They'll then consolidate all of this information into one platform. And as many people may love, the search function, you can search key terms if you need to, highlight them, come back to them, or just have that generated out into a study guide. And there will also be a discussion forum feature. So if you have a question while you're doing this homework assignment, you'll be able to write them in there, shoot Stephen an email, say, hey, I don't understand this, we'll go over next class. Or if you would prefer to respond via email, that's also fine. And also I know, at least for this class, there was a discussion forum, so after we read, we would talk about what we learned in those readings. So instead of being able to do that after you complete the assignment, you can take notes and submit those discussions as you're actually doing them. So some benefits to this product will be a lighter backpack. You no longer need to carry around 5 textbooks for one class. Everything's going to be saved on your device, which they've done. The New York Times actually just posted recently a study, and they said average 6th grader backpack weighs 18.4 pounds, with some weighing as much as 30 pounds, which there are definitely health concerns to carry around a backpack that weighs that much. And secondly, this product will save time by reducing current inefficiencies, and therefore allowing students to learn more because they'll have more time to commit to actually studying. So our target market will be students in grade school, middle school, high school, college, and advanced education students currently attending a private education or a private institution. And this is because these students have already made a financial commitment, and so we think they'll be more willing to purchase a product that also furthers this learning. And some trends that we'll be riding in the industry are growing focus on education, tablets becoming more present in schools, health concerns related to heavy backpacks, as well as many books transitioning from a traditional print medium into a digital format. Some of the existing competition in this market space is first off Dropbox, which is free to the user but only offers content management. There's no outlining or note-taking capabilities. And then secondly, we have Outline Plus and Outline Pro, which are for-sale products. They don't offer content management portion, and they're also not as user-friendly as Synapses will be. So Synapses' vision is to be the most user-friendly content management tool, also offering note-taking and outlining. And we'd like to be the only educational content management tool that is designed from the student's perspective. So we really want to make it easy for students to be able to absorb all the information that's being thrown at them and have it really stick. So our competitive advantage will be to be the only educational application that allows students to spend more time studying by managing their content, making note-taking easy, and generating customizable study guides. So now that we know a little bit more about the product, let's talk numbers. This is the cost and production schedule for the product development. I first allotted 2 weeks for the design phase of the application. Since my day job as a graphic designer, this would usually run $6,000, but I'm going to go ahead and do this for free. Secondly, we have building a server that's going to manage all the content, which will take 2 weeks and will cost about $12,000. And then lastly, we have 2 weeks to write the code, which also costs about $12,000. And I've also thrown in $5,000 of any additional charges that we may run into, such as project management, hosting fees, debugging, and other potential setbacks. So in order to create this product, it's going to be around $29,000. So taking this number, we also have a web component, which is where you'll upload all of those files. It'll be more of a teacher platform for them to manage their content, but if you don't have a tablet and still want to access this product, you can also use your computer. So I'll have a website component and then annual costs, which are at this point related to hosting fees to sell it on places such as iTunes. So for the first year, our cost will be around $32,225. In terms of pricing, we'll be pricing this product at $5.99. In terms of our competitors, it's moderately priced considering some of the products are currently free, others charge up to $15. So we really want to be able to be accessible to our students, but also maintain our value proposition, communicate the quality of the product that we're offering. So in terms of our break-even point, we have 2 scenarios. One is selling 100% on iTunes or other similar platforms, and they take a 30% fee for every sale that you make. So for them, if we sell 100% on iTunes, it'll be around 7,636 units. Or if we sell 100% on our website, where we're going to be keeping 100% of the profits, the break-even point will be around 5,359 units. So that puts, in terms of our projected growth model, our break-even point will be sometime around the later portion of year 1. And here's a closer look at the profit analysis. We're planning on growing about 100% each year, and hoping in year 3 to reach sales of about $54,000. And so our distribution channels will be the Apple iTunes Store, as well as we'll have an Android component as well as an app user base. So we'll sell those on the Android App Store through Google, and then also Amazon apps, and then our website will be the final place where we sell this product. I'm sorry. Okay, in terms of marketing, at least starting off, we're going to be focusing on a zero-budget marketing plan. So we will have a social media presence. We'll probably have Facebook page as well as Twitter. And when we first start, we'll probably offer free trials, just so there's a low barrier to entry, and hopefully we can acquire some brand ambassadors on various school campuses, so they can talk to their friends, their teachers, and really get the word out there. And we'll also offer product demonstrations at various schools, so that people understand the benefits of the product as well as how to use it effectively. And then we'll also attempt to do some free advertising, probably offering study tips in forms of broadcasting or news articles, and hoping to get featured on sites such as Nashville or other application techie sites. And in terms of the succession plan, I'll be building this company to sell. So in 3 years, we'll evaluate where we are, where we think the future of Synapses is. We have a couple options in terms of down the road. We can either maintain the current market position or grow Synapses' features, perhaps to compete more with platforms such as Blackboard that really has all of the students' needs, or we could sell Synapses to an outside investor. So with that being said, I would like to thank you all for your time, and then open up the floor for any questions.
I have a ton of questions, but I want to get the mic down to Mark and Brian as quickly as possible because they're your best dolphins here. I was going to say, carrying those 30 pounds of books build character, especially when you have to do it uphill, backwards. I mean, both ways in the snow. This is a really red ocean that you're getting into. Why are you fearless about it? I'm very intrigued. I mean, Blackboard is a monster.
I know Blackboard is a monster. I've done some research on them. And initially my idea was to go head to head with Blackboard because I have a lot of issues with Blackboard. I think it could be a lot. So barely from the teacher's perspective, it also has problems. So this is kind of my way of entering that market space, doing a couple tests, seeing if the product's viable, and then perhaps expanding to take over Blackboard. Or I know it's red ocean, but I think that Synapses will do a lot better than what's currently available, at least from a student's perspective.
When you say $0 budgeting, $0 marketing budget, you mean 100% free Jill, is what you're saying?
Right. My time's not included in any of these projections.
Okay, so can you tell me what that time, because you mentioned brand ambassadors, would they be doing that for free, you give them free t-shirts, so I'm a bit skeptical about the $0 marketing cost, because if you're not going to pay them, it's going to be time from the owner or the technician.
I think initially this would probably take maybe 10 to 20 hours of my time. I would like to start as a lifestyle business, and then as it grows, perhaps around a break-even point, hire an intern or a sales force where we can begin to cover the regions that we'd like to enter. In terms of brand ambassadors, I'm familiar with a couple other programs that offer like free pizza, maybe some swag or t-shirts to incentivize them to decimate the message of Synapses, but that's probably a little bit later down the road. We'll have to do some testing, see what our brand ambassadors would respond to.
My question was around ongoing costs. I just missed it on the slide. You get a lot of costs up front to get the product ready.
Correct.
Zero marketing costs, but you don't know that. I didn't know if it was there. I missed it.
Sure. There are annual fees to sell on these 3 platforms that are listed. They run between $100 to $25 per year. And then they'll also be taking a percentage of our sales. If we sell. Correct. Right. But when I haven't figured in if we do sell on our website, the cost of the credit cards, processing fees and things like that, but I think that our costs will definitely be front heavy and then taper off as we're in business.
Is that a monthly fee for payment? That's a one-time fee?
As of now, it's a one-time fee. I think we could change that depending on what we learn once we can, but.
So it seems like the hurdles for most people getting in the school districts to get the administration on board, the teachers on board to, right now there are a lot of applications they can use and they don't all use them. So how do you think you can accomplish that on a part-time basis? Because I see that as the real difficulty is getting the actual administration on board.
I think we'll begin to kind of combat that challenge by going into the schools and educating them, having presentations about the benefits, and maybe putting some almost existing products on the market to the faculty. And if they're already fed up with Blackboard or the current product, perhaps they'll be more willing to transition over to this. There's also the possibility to allow Synapses to sync with current Dropbox content, so they don't have to upload a separate to a separate cloud. If they already have it in one place, we can just kind of pull that information onto our servers, and then there's no extra work for them.
In terms of competitors, you looked at Evernote.
Yes, I've heard of Evernote. I'm not sure that their offering really pairs with what we're doing. From my interpretation, that's more of like a flagging and a social outlet.
It's note taking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting one for you. The second one, the costs are going to go up significantly once you add Android as a platform, just because there's just so many different versions of that. And you look at in-app purchases as part of your model. A lot of folks throw free ads out there to make their money off upgrades. It looks like there are some things that the model you could add and get them that same price, but I think $2 or whatever. The last thing to say is there is, talking after this, a mobile app hackathon happening in 2 weeks that is based just on educational apps, and there will be teachers and developers there that will run as well.
Great. To your point about offering this app for free and then doing upgrades, I think that's a good idea, especially initially, so there's a little barrier to enter, purchase this product, but that's just something we'll have to measure once we've built it and see how our target's responding.
You did an impressive job at the beginning of outlining the problem as you see it, and you personalized it by saying it was something that you noticed. So that's market survey 1, and when you add Stephen, that's 2 people. What information do you have that kind of indicates that this is a wide enough spread problem that there's really a need out there for this?
Sure. Well, I haven't really had time or the resources to conduct a full market survey, but I have spoken with fellow students, class members, or we can ask, do you guys have a problem with Blackboard? Yeah, I've spoken with other students in other MBA programs as well as college programs, and I've honestly had a problem with Blackboard ever since I was in college, so this has kind of been a festering thing in the back of my mind for a couple of years now. But.
Okay, then that leads into my second question, which is, and I apologize, but you laid out the problem very clearly, and I was expecting a profile of the solution that was just as clear. Either I was taking notes or I missed it. So if you were talking to one of the people you just surveyed, and they didn't know anything about this, and you were going to tell them in like 2 sentences what this does that solves what they hate about Blackboard, how would you say that?
I think this product will free up more of your time and your current inefficiencies related to Blackboard, so you have more time to study and actually absorb the information.
But how does it do that?
Well, it'll consolidate everything on one platform, so instead of, this is not going to be 2 sentences, but in Blackboard I'm constantly clicking on different links, being taken to different pages, downloading a PDF or whatever and opening it in a different window. This will have everything in one place.
So are you basically solving the problem you outlined at the beginning by creating a better user interface?
Yes.